guys, Michael and Chuck Strucks here for part 2 of our Lund Bull Bar with light install. And on this portion, we're going to go ahead and wire up our 20-inch LED light bar that's in the Bull Bar there. And we've got a Anzo 12-volt pre-wired harness kit right here. It's going to make this job a lot easier to do. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so let me explain this to you real quick. So in this kit, what we've got is we've got our relay here. And this is going to be your standard 30 amp relay. It's going to be a 4-prong relay. So basically all a relay is an electrical switch. It makes sure that you get a full 12 volts to your whatever your output is. Black wires right here. What you're going to notice is I went ahead and taped these together. These are both grounds. We're just going to find a common ground point to connect these two. So I like to just simplify things a little bit and keep this stuff together. The next thing that you're going to find is you're going to find 2 white wires coming out of the relay. This guy right here is going to be your fuse, and what you're going to have here is that this white wire with the lead on it, this is going to go to your battery. So battery, common ground. It's a lot easier than it looks because at first you pull it apart and it's just a bunch of wires. So ground, black, white, battery. And as we follow this down, the other thing that you're going to notice is that we've got 2 leads for our output coming out of this guy. And really, because of the light bar, we only have 1 lead that we need to satisfy in this. So we've got that guy right here at the end, and we'll use it here down the line. It's going to be going to our light bar. At the opposite end, you're going to have basically the pieces that go to the switch. And so you're going to have this long white wire right here. This long white wire is going to be spliced into these little guys right here. You've got a red wire, a black wire, and a white wire. So obviously, as we know, the white wires are constant. What the red wire is going to be, it's actually going to be a signal. And this is going to go to our headlight. So basically, we want to connect this to a parking lamp, some sort of lighting accessory that gives us a signal that the relay will kick on. And then of course you've just got 1 more ground for good measure. So first thing that we'll do is we'll go ahead and run our wiring up. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and run our wiring back here. We're going to go ahead and run our wiring up from the light bar, which I've already taken it and split the wire in between the splash guard that we removed earlier. Went ahead and ran that wire through there before we put the splash guard completely back on, and we're gonna try to see the best that we can do. Alright, so basically just to give you a quick rundown of what we've done so far, right down here you're gonna see where we basically ran our wiring harness down to the light, down to this portion here. We stay to try as low profile as possible, that way it looks like a really clean install. And from that point we follow the harness around the fuse box back over to this side here to where we've secured it with a boatload of zip ties, because you can never have enough zip ties, people. I say it all the time and I'll say it a million more. We've gone ahead and connected the white wire to the positive lead of the battery. We've gone ahead and fastened our relay to the firewall here, and then from that point this is just going to be our wires going into the cab, and then we've got our common grounds here that are fastened into another portion of the body. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to run into the cab with our wiring, and then also we still need to connect our ignition source or our power source that's going to feed us the signal for the relay to switch on, basically whenever the key is on or whenever the headlights come on. So I think in this instance what we'll do is we'll go ahead and connect it with a 12 volt constant ground or constant lead, and then that way our customer can use the light anytime that he wishes. Okay, so now we're trying to make our entrance into the cab as far as running our wiring, and what you have here is this little guy right here. This is actually on the vehicles that are not a standard, basically something that doesn't have a clutch. You've got this plate right here, and you can get to it from the interior of the vehicle, basically up behind the brake pedals, and it's just basically got 2 studs in it. It runs through the firewall. and it's held on with two 15mm nuts, and you just run those nuts off. This guy comes right out, and at that point you can drill a hole right here into it, and that gives you a place for you to easily enter the firewall. Also, it gives you the ability to make a hole without having to worry about rust or corrosion later on down the line. So what we'll do is we'll just drill out a hole in this guy real quick and then run wiring through it, and then that should be pretty close to done. Okay, so as you can see there, basically we've drilled a hole and then we've installed a grommet, and that way we'll be able to get a nice tight seal whenever we get the wiring in there. Simply what we did inside the cab, we removed this panel right here. You've just got two small Phillips head screws that just pop out. Once you pop those out, this entire assembly will pop right off. And then if you come over here, we've got our switch, and we've already got it ran and wired. So there you can see that the light is on, and that's the light off. And it's right to a point where it's really easy to get to. It's out of the way. The red lets you know that the light is not operable at this time. And then, you know, once you pop on that green, again, the green gives you a sign that, hey, your light's on before you get out of the vehicle. So, as far as running the wires, we ran them basically through that hole in the firewall back there. And it's right up here. And we ran it down into this kick panel. This kick panel right here is where we found our common ground. If you just pull this guy off, this kick panel will simply just pop right off. It gives you access inside here, and then right there is where you can find that ground at. So just pop that guy in here, and then we take that, hammer it all back into place, and then all our wiring is nice and concealed as well. For more information on Lund products, just go to www.chuckstrucks.com. There we carry their entire line of products. If you ever have any questions, you are more than welcome to hit us up on Facebook, email, or on our YouTube channel. All in all, very easy install. It does take a little bit of time as far as running the wiring, sort of planning all that out. Mounting the Bull Bar actually was not that easy, and the nice thing about the Bull Bar also, I thought, was that the adjustability that you get on it, left, right, up, down, you know, pitch, side to side. That's another added benefit. Sometimes you get stuck with bull bars that are just very one-dimensional, where you've got one sort of adjustment, and if a bracket wasn't made right, then it's going to sit on there crooked. Again, we've had a good run so far, and I enjoy making these videos for you guys. If you have any requests, just go ahead and let me know. I'll be glad to assist. Here coming up, I've got a pretty big announcement, so make sure you stay tuned. Thanks for watching.